Learn to write with clarity and conciseness so your emails and business writing gets heard.
Writing with clarity and conciseness means to get right to the point. Write exactly what is meant without inserting doublespeak, and present content in the simplest terms possible. 6 steps to write with clarity and conciseness are: organize key points before you write, let your speech guide your writing, avoid repetition and platitudes, use active voice, use action verbs, and keep sentences to an average length of 15 to 28 words. First, organize key points before you write. You should already have performed this step when you ranked your key points or completed your planning worksheet. Either of these methods will provide you with a basic outline to write your communication and ensure that you stay focused on what you want to say, and keep your key points in the order you want to communicate them. Step 2. Let your speech guide your writing. Try to write the way you would speak in normal, everyday conversation. However, do not be too informal. Do not use slang nor abbreviations. Keep your writing on a professional level. Here are some tips to make your writing more reader-friendly. Use simple words. Avoid using a big word when a small one will do. Your readers will appreciate not having to go to a dictionary to look up the meaning of unfamiliar words. Delete empty words. Avoid using a phrase when a word will do. Again, get to the point and reduce the time your readers need to spend to read your communication. Trim up rambling phrases. Long, rambling phrases with lots of punctuation marks can confuse your readers. You don't want your readers to get a headache trying to decode your message. Step 3. Avoid repetition and platitudes. Make your communications easy to read and understand. A repetition is a word, phrase, or clause used more than once in a paragraph or short communication. A platitude is an unoriginal, overused, declarative phrase. An example of a platitude is, "There is no I in team." The example on the left below is filled with repetition and platitudes. The writer's use of repetition and platitudes adds nothing to the message. In fact, the repetition and platitudes actually make it difficult to understand the results of the review and how they will help the customer. The communication on the right has the repetitions and platitudes removed. Notice how much easier it is to read and comprehend the writer's message. Also, notice how bullets are used to remove repetition and make the customer benefits clear and easy to see. Step 4. Use active voice to make your writing simple, direct, clear, and easy to understand. Verbs have 2 voices, active voice and passive voice. In active voice, the person or thing acting is clear and specific. The doer or agent of the action comes before the action or verb. The active voice always makes clear who is doing, will do, or has done what. In the active voice examples below, Ed, we, and the LMS system are the actors. In passive voice, the writer does not specify who is acting, or the writer specifies the actor later in the sentence. Avoid using passive voice because passive voice sentences are usually too wordy and weaken the clarity of your writing. Step 5. Use action verbs to add clarity and power to your sentences. To put action in the verb, look for words that hide actions and change these words into action words or verbs. Many of these words end in tion, and many are surrounded by the, an, or of. Compare these examples to see how putting the action in the verb makes a sentence more clear, strong, and concise. Let's look at the first sentence. We performed the calculations of the final payoff. This sentence would be better written using action verbs as, we calculated the final payoff. In the next sentence, the company is involved in the development and distribution of widgets. This could be better written as, The company develops and distributes widgets. And the last sentence, the marketing of these programs requires special expertise, would be better written as, marketing these programs requires special expertise. And finally, step 6. Keep sentences to an average length of 15 to 28 words, depending on the type of document you're writing. Emails, letters, memos, and announcements, 15 to 22 words would suffice. An average shorter than 15 words per sentence means that your sentences are probably too choppy and do not flow well. The exception to this average is short email replies that may require less than 15-word responses. Longer, more complicated documents, reports or proposals, for example, you may use 22 to 28 words per sentence. An average over 28 words means that your sentences are probably too wordy. Compare the 53-word sentence to the revision below. The revision's message is easier to read and understand because of shorter sentences, bulleted points, and unnecessary words are eliminated.
Now that you know how to write with clarity, make sure you're using the right tone, so watch that video next.